Welcome everyone. My name is Simply Cindy. My name is Cindy. I'm at Simply Cindy. Sorry about that. I'm doing this all alone, so I'm trying to figure out, make sure that I'm live, make sure that everything's going well. I am doing horoscopes for the next 30 days. We are about 6 days in. I'm not doing them consecutively. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a little bit of astrology, a little bit of tarot. I noticed that I hadn't done any tarot for this big transition that's coming up. We're having the um, lunar eclipse coming in, and so I went ahead and made up a spread. Um, so I made a spread I'm sorry, I'm pulling this out so I can see, make sure that I'm online because I wasn't a minute ago. Uh, so I'm doing the spread for each sign about the lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse is about us letting go. It's about us not taking in what to the next space, to the new space, to the new vibration, to the new portal. Let me pull this out so you can see this. This is the what you guys would call the portal, the new energy, the doorway. This is where we're moving to. This is the south node where we're moving away from. This is where the lunar eclipse is going to happen. Welcome, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I'm at Simply Cindy. I am a medium. I have a lot of modalities that I have practiced. Mediumship, I was born that way, but I have a science background, medical background, so I have a lot of modalities that I can do. Anyway, um, so I wanted to let everybody know today is the 20th. We are in Aries season. See, the sun has moved into Aries. So we are in Aries season. Aries has three planets. And remember, we talked about when you can tell when the universe or the stars or your higher self or the bigger beings, whatever you want to call that, want you to pay attention to an area of life because there'll be a concentrated, what we call a stellium. There'll be planets, more than one or two in an area, right? And so because we're leaving this is the opposite. There's a lot of energy here. There's a lot of energy here, and Pluto is a big energy, so there's a lot of energy here, and there's a lot of energy here. This is all like if you are a Sag, this is all inner work. Okay. If you're a Capricorn, inner work. You're gonna see this more inner. I'm not saying that you won't see any outer stuff, just more inner. And so if you look at where your ascending is, if you're finding that the planets are down here, this is a lot to do with you, your inner work, your inner changing, your inner dialogue, your inner relationships, right? And then if you find yourself where your ascending has the planets up here, you're going to see that more externally. So that's just to kind of give you a clue. Like if you see here, Sagittarius, um, you see all the planets are down here. So this is a lot of inner work that Sag is having to do. This is a lot of um, inner relationships, inner understanding, inner movement changing kind of thing. That kind of gives you a clue. That's a little bit more advanced, but that's kind of giving you a clue. If it's on the outer side, you're going to see that the things could come shockingly to you to make you change, to make that move, if that makes any sense. So that's just a little tidbit. Anyway, so congratulations. We are in Aries season. Aries should give you an oomph, a good feeling. Um, I guess maybe if you're really, really, really grounded and don't like to move, it may make you feel a little uncomfortable, but for the most part, it Aries gives you a lot of energy, and because we're moving into this new direction, we still have remember what I told you the other day, pay attention to what Mercury is saying over here. We have Chiron the key to get through this door, this portal, this new energy. There is a wound here with society and within ourselves, you're not going to heal this wound. You have to learn to work with this wound. And I gave you an example of what the wound is like. What the wound is, it's like this scarcity, this being afraid that they want us to have to be, this fear that they want us to be. That's like a wound that we have. You're like fearful of being human. You're fearful of living. That's ridiculous. Like if you think about it on the outside and you say that to yourself, they want you in fear of living, which means you have to eat and you have to sleep somewhere and you have to, like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, right? But it's a wound that we have on society. We're not going to, it's not going to go away, but you learn to work with it, right? Which is what I said. Don't be afraid. They want you afraid, right? That's just kind of a, I'm not going to go too far deep into that, but I just kind of wanted to remind you we're working with this key. This is the key to get us through this door to this new vibration. What's coming up is this letting go. We have to let go of what no longer, I mean, I say it that way because I've said it that way for a long time, but now everybody says it that way and you probably don't hear it in the same way. You're letting go of what no longer serves you, which means that's why I used a different thing. We're moving into a new house, right? We're using that scenario. There are things you don't need to take. There are, you have a new dishwasher, you can't take the old one. You have a new washer and dryer, you can't take the old one. You appreciate the old one, you really like the old one, you're going to be sad to see it go. You have an attachment to the old stuff, but you have to let it go. It's time to move forward. It's time to move into this energy. The old washer and dryer does not look good and will not go well with the, in the new space, in the new house, with the new house having the well, I'll use it this way, the electricity runs really, really, really well in the new house, where in the old house it didn't, and it's too much energy for the washer and dryer, the old washer and dryer, so you're going to the new washer and dryer. Does that make sense? Like, there's stuff that you have to let go of, but you have an attachment to. It feels really comfortable. Some of us don't realize we have attachments to these things, but we do. But it's time to relieve that. It's time to let that go. So, and then, I know that for probably for the past couple of days, we've been a little bit feeling a little bit confused, feeling a little bit like off. And that's because Neptune, the sun was next to Neptune. They were talking. And so it was really lighting up, still is, was lighting up maybe things that you hadn't seen, maybe things that you thought you saw one way and you were seeing another, and you were coming to that realization. And as the days go by, we have Saturn and Venus. Remember, are you taking responsibility for how you are loved, for how you are creating, for how you are you appreciating yourself? Are you understanding your worthiness? We have Mars coming into to help Venus, but Saturn wants to talk to Venus first before he talks to both of them. Saturn is saying, are you being responsible? Are you taking responsibility? And I used the scenario yesterday of, are you, I think it was yesterday, are you, with the education and the stuff and we have, I mean, I'm Gen X, so back in the day, we had to like go look for information. We had to go to the library or find a book, and hopefully that book was at your bookstore, and how you found out was through word of mouth or maybe on television, or, I mean, the access to information was way different. You have access at your fingertips now, right? You have access to ancient knowledge at your fingertips. You have access to, I told you, the documents that the CIA releases. You have acumen, you have access to that, and I mean, all of that. It's right in your face. They're telling you what you can do, but but they're like, let's make them afraid. Let's make them in fear. Let's make them uh, feel like they're unworthy to even live on this earth, and they're using too many resources. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But that's Saturn is like, are you paying attention? Are you, now that you have the knowledge, now that you went and looked it up, now that Gen Z and all that call it going down the rabbit hole, now that you've gone down the rabbit hole, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to sit there and still be afraid, or are you going to do something about it? That's Saturn. Are you going to love yourself? Are you going to love humanity? Are you going to do your part or not? That's what Saturn's saying. When you do that, when you take responsibility, when you Yeah, take responsibility. When you mature, I will give you the reward. So he's talking to Venus right now about that, right? Mars is going to come in a little later and help out, and he's got to talk to Mars too, right? We still have Pluto. Pluto is a big transition, but for today, we have the sun going into Aries. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of go over that. Again, the big thing that I wanted to talk about today is I'm going to go do four more signs or five more signs. It kind of depends. I'm channeling, so I want to give you the best. If all of a sudden I feel like, well, it's only going to be three, then I'll only do three. But yesterday I was able to do four. Um, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start that in just a minute. Shuffle them between signs anyway, but I'll do one more shuffle while we're here. This is my spread that I made up. This is to help you during your transition of this lunar eclipse. And so this transition, these things that you're gonna be letting go. Remember, I said yesterday, it's like you're packing right now to go into the new house, right? You're gonna go to the new space. So you're kind of packing. You're trying to decide, what am I leaving? What am I keeping? And when you're moving to a new space, sometimes you take stuff that you don't really need, but you don't realize that you're not ready to let that go yet. And so you're like, well, let me pack it and see how it looks in the new space, right? So that's kind of what we're doing. That's what this lunar eclipse will be. It's not anything that you actually have to consciously do. It's an eclipse. So it's going to do it for you. And I don't feel like this is going to be because there are eclipses where change is just going to happen and you're going to be like, oh God, what the hell? That's not what I feel like this eclipse is. I feel like this eclipse is much gentler. I'm not talking about the solar, I'm talking about the lunar. I feel like I honestly feel like the things that you're going to let go of, the things that are going to be eclipsed, is like, it makes you feel better. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Kathy says, hi, Cindy. I loved yesterday's video. Thank you, Kathy. But I feel like this eclipse is almost like, until it happens, you don't realize how much it's holding you back or dragging you down, right? And so that's kind of how I feel like. But this is going to be going over the next 4 to 6 months. So this is only one part. Like the the stars are always. I told you, the stars and the planets are always talking to us. The universe is always talking to us. So this is just one part. All right. So here we go. We're gonna do. I think I can do four or five today. We'll see. Because I've got Aries energy. I love Aries. I told you guys I love Aries. They give me lots of energy. Aries and Leo and Sag give me lots of energy. Um, so that I can read them, so that I'm getting the message that needs to come through. If we can get this done in the next, I guess today, tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm talking to myself, but if we can get this done, may do some mediumship, because I can feel mediumship coming. I can feel some people wanting to come through. Um, because I've been a medium all my life. I know that sounds, you guys probably don't understand what I'm saying, but because I've been a medium all my life, I had to finally put boundaries, because when I was little, I was so open and I would see spirits, but some of them are so strong that I would think that they weren't spirits, that they were real, right? I mean, not real, but they're all real. Like I would see them like you and me, and I couldn't differentiate uh, when I was younger. I thought, but again, I thought all of us had this. Anyway, over the years and having studied and having developed more, honestly, I didn't develop more. I just learned to work with what I have already, so because it's really advanced. My development is really advanced. I just had to learn how to control it. So that's what I did. Um, so what I've done since is, and I had to do this, I think I did it around my teenager in my 20s, but it's just been more developed, is there is my beings that I work with, or my guides, or whatever you want to call that, other energies. Nothing comes through unless it's vetted through them. And so I had to put like boundaries around my energy. Um, so now that I'm older, and now that I have these boundaries, and now that they're in place, I have to like consciously open myself up. Um, it's not like I can't hear or don't hear, or like I already know if I get messages that come through, it's because my guides or the beings that I work with have allowed it to happen because it's important, right? But I don't want to be awakened in the middle of the night. I don't want to be awake. I don't want to like look in my shower and there's somebody there. I don't want to like, or come out of the shower and there's somebody there. I don't want to walk down the street, turn the corner, and there's, a spirit there. I don't want to be in the store and have all these people talking to me. I mean, I've put boundaries in, and because I've put the boundaries in, I have to like consciously begin to lift some of those boundaries and allow some stuff to come through. Does that make sense to you guys? And that's why I'm saying I can feel mediumship coming on, because I've sort of opened myself up in the last like couple of weeks, because I knew mediumship was coming. I always know mediumship was coming. And by that I mean like I can always do mediumship, but coming in a way where there are some people that really that really have a message for people that I am going to allow to happen on this channel. Does that make sense to you guys? So I have to like, because I have such a strong subconscious hold on my boundaries, I have to like undo them a little. So that's why I keep telling you guys, okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Um, because I've been trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? And am I going to do this? Because I will get awakened in the middle of the night. I will look up from eating and there'll be somebody there. I will come out of the shower and there's somebody there. And it's because I've allowed it. It's because I said, yes, you can come through. I want to give the message, blah, 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 right? So I'm just preparing for all that. I don't know if you guys wanted to hear that part, but I'm just preparing for all of that. But that's what I mean when I say it's coming. Okay. I think we can do Capricorn, since we have a Capricorn here and I love Capricorn. Y'all know I was married to a Capricorn for 20 years. And I've already divulged that my daughter is a double Capricorn. She's an Aries sun, but her ascending and moon are Capricorn. So I love Capricorn. So we'll do Capricorn. Let's see. Thank you, Kathy. For those of you that watch this later, Kathy in the chat, she tells everybody where I'm at. So Alejandro, I'm a Capricorn with 2 Capricorn parents, right? Oh wow, y'all are really grounded. But it's a fun grounding. Capricorn is a way different grounding than Virgo and Taurus. Alejandro, I'm so glad that you got to like see me. I haven't seen you in a while because they never tell you. But that tells me it's better. Yeah, I know, right? We've got 2 Capricorn parents. Hey, let's do this. My moon is Capricorn. I pressed the little bell thing again to all notifications yesterday and it seemed to work. You know what I'm hearing? I keep hearing that. I think because my channel is so old and then it was like not active. I want to say, if you've been with me for a long time and you're not getting notifications and you see this video, just happen to see this video, I would say subscribe and unsubscribe. So I would say, because if you're subscribed to me already, because Lorna did this. She said she started getting notifications as soon as she unsubscribed to me and then resubscribed. And it may have to do with the fact that I was inactive, you know? So, and like Alejandra's saying, she's like she reset it by touching the notification. So if you happen to see this, any of you that have been subscribed a long time and aren't getting the notifications of me, I would like either unsubscribe and then subscribe again, and then Alejandra's saying to touch the bell and get the notification, then re-notified, right? So Kathy says, yes, that works. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like, because I've heard that several times. I mean, what comes to mind is Lorna and then Alejandra, but there's other people that have told me that they're like, oh, as soon as I undid it and then redid it. And I'm thinking it's because I was inactive. So, yeah, I mean, I'm coming back full time. Um, And if y'all notice, I don't have my AdSense on. I don't have partnership with YouTube. So right now I'm making no money on this. Um, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Um, okay, Capricorn. Let's see. One more time. Okay, here we go, Capricorn. All right, in this Libra lunar eclipse, in relationships and partnerships, where do you stand? Where do you stand, Cappy? Mm. Capricorn. I'm sorry, you have the Four of Cups. So I feel like you have relationships around you that are working. They're not exciting you and you're not like overly indulgent with them because you're looking at what you don't have. You're and this is no fault of your own. You have just been through 16 years of Pluto, okay? Things have gotten things were taken away from you. Your life has really changed. Your identity of yourself and what you understood has changed, right? And so I feel like you're reminiscing, but you're like trying to call this back because you're an evolved soul. I feel like you're trying to call these relationships, this position in life, this reputation, this career. I feel like you're trying to call that back. You're not looking at what you have. If you tried to call that, like you can call it back, it's not going to work well because you're not the same person. You're looking at what you don't have instead of looking at, yeah, yeah. Isis says, Cindy, are you going to start doing personal readings and astrology, birth charts? Yeah, I think I might open that back up to next week. Um, and if you guys want to, like, you guys can email me at your indigo path 39. I'm sorry, not your indigo path. I've had the same email forever. Your path 39 at Gmail. If you want a reading. Um, yeah, I just wanted to kind of get a handle on YouTube first before I open that back up. And I don't want to start my website again. The way things are going with society, I don't want to do that right now. So you're welcome. I will open that back up. But thank you for asking about that because I will, if you guys want to email me and I'll start it next week and we'll schedule. But it's my email. Kathy, can you put my email down? It's yourpath39 at Gmail. Or Isa, any one of you guys. A lot of you know my email because I've been with you guys forever. But okay, sorry, Capricorn, back to this. I feel like some of you are reminiscing and you're trying to call back what you once lost. And I'm trying to, in this, where you're standing is that I feel like, you're, what you once lost, you're trying to get back. But the thing is, Capricorn, you're forgetting that you can build on what you have. So you need to like look at what you have, not what you've lost. Does that make sense? For others of you, though, I do feel like you're appreciating what you had and deciphering what you want to bring into this new build, into this new unfolding for you. Does that make sense? So that's where you stand. And this is with relationships, because a lot of you were taken advantage of in relationships. You, like, a lot of you had some mean people around you that were just horrible to you, and you were just the sweetest things to them because love means something to you. And you would make excuses for them. Like, oh, they just don't feel well. Oh, they've just had a bad day. Oh, such and such is so mean to them. Of course they're going to yell at me, or of course they're going to do me wrong. Or like you were making excuses. You've been through that whole thing and understood that. And now it's almost like you're forgetting that part and you're only remembering like the feel good part, right? But you have to remember what you have now, how hard you worked to get to now, because now is what you need to build on, and the love and the relationships that you have now. It's not going to look like it did back then. The feeling's going to be better, if I can say that. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, the second question is, what is ready to come out of the shadow and be seen, Capricorn? What's going to be shown to Capricorn over the next 4 to 6 months so that they can like move forward? So what's in the shadow? What can't they see? You have the Knight of Wands. You do have the stuff coming. You guys have done all the hard work. You just went through 16 years of Pluto. Like, my hat's off to you. I'm going through 20 years of Pluto, and it's not even going to be easy for me. It's in the 12th house for me right now, and then it's going to move into my first house. Like, it's in a really tough position. So any help that y'all could give me, please. I welcome it. But you have the Knight of Wands coming. You have offers coming. That's what's in the shadow. That's what's going to be unfolding. That's what's going to be seen. It's going to be seen. It's going to be showing itself to you. You're going to be in a better position. You're going to get the collaborate. I feel like collaborations for some reason. You're going to get the collaborations. You're going to get I feel like brand sponsorship deals for some reason. I'm feeling like that kind of thing. So I don't know who's looking at this that is like an influencer, but I can feel that energy. You have an opportunity, you have an offer, you have the things that are, so some people also are going to be showing themselves to you and being very giving of themselves to you. And giving you opportunities. That's what's going to be shown to you over the next 4 to 6 months. Your life is progressing and moving forward. It just doesn't feel like that right now. We're all kind of in a hold. So, number 3 is what will be eclipsed over the next 4 to 6 months? So what's going to be eclipsed? What energy is going to be like let go of so that we can move into this new energy? You have the Page of Pentacles, okay? So I do feel like what's going to be eclipsed is it's not just starts, it's like stuff that you have worked on. This is not you starting anything new. This is stuff that is coming back that you have worked on. And what's eclipsed is the feeling of, is it ever coming? This thing isn't coming through. I've worked so hard. I don't know what to do. That's what I feel like with the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is news, but I feel like it's not the news. What's eclipsed is like, can I say it this way? I don't know how else to say it without cursing. It's like enough with the BS of the universe giving you word and news, but not showing you anything. That's what I feel like. I feel like the word is gone. Like, I feel like it's just going to unfold and things will happen for you. Physical, material things, the position, the money, the relationship, the person, the house, the car, the like, it's not the start of anything. It's not the word of anything. It's like those things are just going to start unfolding for you along with this opportunity. Does that make sense, Capricorn? And then the fourth position is what growth and or opportunities are going to be had because of this lunar eclipse. And you have the Five of Wands. So I feel like the opportunity to, with this being like a fight, I don't feel like it's a fight. I feel like you're going to be in your flow again. I feel like you're going to be excited again. I feel like you're going to like, yeah, this is going on. Yes, my life is right. Yes, I'm working some hours, but I feel so good at what I'm doing. Yes, I feel like that's the opportunity. I feel like you're so on point about who you are now and where your boundaries are that over the next 4 to 6 months, you're working in the flow, but whoever and whatever comes in, it's almost like, nope, not doing that. Yep, I can have that. Nope, you're showing me signs of that. Nope, da 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 da. Like any fight that comes along, it's going to be a cinch. It's not even going to be hard. I feel because it's not to me like a fight of like, oh my God, it's to me like an excited time of your life. That's what I feel like. The opportunities are exciting, very exciting. Good. I'm glad, Etha. I'm glad. I hope that helps. All right, beautiful ones. Thank you so much. I am so enjoying coming on here every day with you guys. I love having you here, Kathy, and you here, Etha, and now Alejandra, and whoever is able to join me. But for those of you that have stuck with me, that are coming on every day, I mean, I understand it's during the day, so not everybody has the opportunity to see me, to be able to like be at work and see me. I don't know why I'm whispering, but you know what I mean. But um, I'm having a really good time. I hope you guys are. Hopefully, this will get seen so that we can continue to do this. Because honestly, as much as I love doing this, um, like I'd said before, I have to like look at the fact that where am I spending my time, because I need to pay my rent too, right? I need food too. So anyway, I love being with you too, Cindy. Thank you. A lot of place for experimentation. Beautiful reading, Cindy. Thank you. You're welcome. So I appreciate you guys. I love you, love you, love you. I will talk to you tomorrow. So we got 5 down. That's pretty good. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.